crowd roars. Hello everyone, I am Evan Sharrard. Welcome to my own stream of the Emerson versus Clark semifinal game. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'll be all by myself today. Just got off the bus at Clark here. We're going to be listening in as I describe all the action to you. If you're just tuning in and you want to watch the video aspect of this, you can tune in at a later time, but for now I will be calling this as if it's a radio game. So I am Evan Sharrard. We're getting the lineups announced right now. Trevor Arrico starting for Emerson, coming out onto the court. Brendan McNamara already out there as well. Lucas Brenner as well. Guillermo Gasset Ruiz steps out now. Hugging Brendan McNamara, now Arrico, a handshake for Brenner, and the rounding out the starting five will be Asher Gardner tonight. And that is the starting five for Emerson. Now we turn our heads, I turn my head, and you'll turn your ear towards Clark's side. Claps begin in a thatched roof. A very interesting stadium as it gets loud in here. You can hear the crowd, nearly 10 times the size of Emerson's crowd capacity, but Emerson showing up strong, at least 30 fans in front of us as Clark cheers. The first starter is announced. It is gonna be Mikey O'Brien, Ian Calabresi, Bruce Santilius. And Bruce Santilius scored 27 points this season against Wheaton. That is his season high. And the man who was just announced, Isaiah Taylor, who will be starting at guard, number 1 for Clark, scored 27 this season against Emerson in the 89-83 win they had. And rounding out the starters for them is Kakoa McCardle, who is their leader at the big position, the center and the 4. McCardle is 6'8" and has a size matchup against the tallest of Emerson, which is Caden Zurich. The huddles come out. Emerson coming out onto the court. They'll be wearing their purple jerseys tonight with the yellow accent on the side, numbers filled in purple, the outline in gold. Chants begin here at Clark. Welcome to Worcester, Massachusetts. It's 57 Downing Street in Worcester, Mass, home of the Clark Cougars. Clark is the 2 seed, 19-6 overall on the season. Emerson, 11-15. Emerson comes in winning their last matchup in the playoffs against the 3-seeded Wheaton. It doesn't get easier from here for the last seed in the playoffs, but they are primed to play this matchup with some grit. Trevor Arrico jumping up and down. To do the tip-off is Asher Gardner and McCardle. The referee steps in. All players are set. About to get underway from Clark. The crowd quiets down now just a little bit. Jump ball, we're underway as the jump is won back to Mikey. So Clark will start possession first. Getting the offense set. That's Taylor who passes it over. And now it's in the hands of Mikey. Gets it over to Taylor. Taylor up top finds Newman. Richard Newman, they're going down low. A hook shot from the right block is missed, this time by McCardle, and picked up easily by Gardner. Arrico pushes the pace, a bounce pass on the left wing to McNamara. Arrico's got it now. He stops and is pressured. That's by Isaiah Taylor. Arrico kicks it to McNamara with a bounce pass. He's guarded by Newman. Newman, now he gets it to Gasset Ruiz, guarded tightly on that right wing. Going around the defense is Arrico coming off of a screen, getting it down low. It's loud in here as going to work. He picks up his dribble, passes it. That's Gardner to McNamara. Pull-up jumper at the baseline. He misses this time. 0 for 1, both sides, nothing after a minute of play. If you're just joining us, the first half has just begun here in Worcester, Massachusetts. It's the number 2 seeded Clark in the NEWMAC versus number 6 Emerson. Nothing so far. Taylor's got this at the top of the key. A step back, passes it inside, one hand, baseball pass, and the bucket goes down. The first of the game for Reed Newman. Right off that left block, and now immediately a press is being played by Clark, trying to make Emerson make a mistake, but they get it cross half court. It's in the hands of Gasset Ruiz. A pass across to McNamara. Emerson talking and having to deal with this loud defense. Now Gardner getting into post position, and he'll be called for a travel as he tried to pick up his step. He was on the low block trying to get closer to the rim. He didn't dribble the ball. He gets called for the turnover there. Clark leads 2-0 with 18 minutes and 28 seconds to play in the first half. Inbounds pass to Isaiah Taylor. nonchalantly carries this up the court, cross half court to Newman, and now they get into their set. Here's Mikey O'Brien. The senior guard standing 6'3", passes it over to Bruce Santillius. One of the best scorers on this team, Santillius. They get it into O'Brien. No dribbles on this possession so far. Driving, now kicking. Back out into the corner. In the right corner, now driving into the paint. Putting up the baseline jumper, and he knocks it down. That's Bruce Santillius for 2. And Clark is off to a quick 4-0 lead. Inbounds pass to Guillermo Gasset Ruiz, standing at 6'4", the freshman. They use him everywhere they can. He's a ball handler. He plays down low. He snags rebounds. Now to McNamara. Across half court, here they are. Shot clock at 15. 17 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. Emerson trails by 4. Clark up 4-0. Beautiful pass on the outlet, but Arrico couldn't handle it under the basket. Taken away by Clark. In transition, Mikey thought about the 3. O'Brien passes it over to McCardle. McCardle going to work, putting it up on. He's well defended by 2 defenders. Everson calling for a jump ball. McCardle was double teamed that time by Asher Gardner and Lucas Brenner, and it will be a turnover, and it looks like they do get the jump ball call. Arrico will inbound this. He's guarded by Bruce Santillius as they continue to run the full court press. McNamara beats his press like a wide receiver would beat a cornerback, and this one intercepted. One behind the back pass, puts it up and gets it to go. What a play! Unbelievable play by Mikey O'Brien, who was able to spin around with his Spider-Man hands and grab it with one hand and pass it behind the back, Bartolo Colon style, for the bucket. Arrico fakes the shot, now gets it over Guillermo Gasset Ruiz. Brenner, no hesitation, 3! Knocks it down from the top of the key. Emerson back in at 6-3. The fans chant defense. Claps from the Emerson crowd that's right in front of me. In numbers, all wearing black, 30 of them. Here's the pass. O'Brien has an open look as he shakes him off and bricks the 3 hard off the back iron as it bounces up and into Arrico's hands in transition. He runs. He's got 3 with him. Now back as everybody gets set. Arrico drives right, cooks and takes a scoop under the basket. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. A nice up and under move that time by Trevor Arrico as he was driving. He picked up his dribble, went underhanded, and was fouled. So he'll shoot his first 2 free throws of the game. And when we're talking about Trevor Arrico, he is a 90% free throw shooter this season, the tops in the NEWMAC. Arrico leads this team as a senior from Ann Arbor, Michigan, and he's no stranger to Worcester. First free throw is hard off the back rim, and it bounces right out to him. So 0 for 1 so far from the free throw line for the 90% shooter. Arrico's career high was this season with 32 points versus Albertus Magnus. He can certainly put them up. Knocks down the second free throw and gets Emerson back to within 2. It is 6-4. Clark, just 4 minutes gone by so far in possession. O'Brien. Tough defense by Emerson as they are. McNamara is coming up, nearly stolen by Gasset Ruiz, driving and pumping, fading away from the right block, and missing it is Bruce Santillius. Brenner got a screen. Now he passes it off to McNamara on the right side, driving again, kicking it outside. Arrico gets it back to McNamara on that low block, poked out of bounds by O'Brien. The possession arrow staying with Emerson. Arrico will inbound on the far side, but now a timeout called by Coach Bill Curley, and a great time for some breathers early on in this game for both sides. Clark off to a 6-4 lead, just under 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes into this one, I should say, rather. 15:57 on the clock. Both teams are coming out with some stifling defense. On the last possession, what I noticed was Brendan McNamara came up top at the top of the three-point line as if you are facing the basket. The basket is directly in front of you and the backboard is fully in the middle. So he was straight down top of the key, and what he was doing is he was cutting off the outlet pass for a wing player with the ball. So the ball handler had it on the low right side wing, and he was trying to pass across to the left side, but what McNamara did is he left his man-to-man assignment and came over to the top of the key, which is where he was able to cut off the passing lane, which has given Clark fits so far. Bill Curley still talking it over with his guys in the huddle. Clark wearing white jerseys tonight as they are ready to go again. Good game plan for Clark so far as they've gotten it into McCardle. Their leading guy down low is 6'8" with a 3-inch mismatch. This is a tall team, Clark is. Most of their players are over 6 feet. Emerson, hard-pressed to find a guy over 6'4". They have 4+ with that size, but nobody over 6'5". Caden Zurich, the tallest. He hasn't seen minutes yet so far. See some substitutions as Jordan Richard comes into the game for Clark. Brenner still in. No substitutions so far for Emerson. Guillermo Gassett-Ruiz, who played all 40 minutes of the last playoff game in the win versus Wheaton, still in the game. McNamara drives off a screen into the baseline. Taking a step, he picks up his dribble, gets it into Gardner, defended by 2, and he misses the turnaround hook shot. Rebounded now by Quentin Pridgeon, who is newly into the game. O'Brien back to Pridgeon, telling O'Brien to move to that left side corner of the elbow. He gets it over to Richards. Richards back to Pridgeon. Defense chant by Emerson is loud and present. O'Brien on the low block, spins and dribbles, misses in toilet bowl fashion, rebounded by Gassett-Ruiz. Quick passing as this is up to McNamara. Corner, wide open, Arrico for 3. No, he misses wide off the backside of the rim, and rebounded now by Santillius. Santillius drives with some power, finesse, and a finish for Bruce Santillius. Nearly stolen, and it is Pridgeon. One pass, baseball style, flip from the shortstop to the second baseman, 6'4", out of bounds. Well defended after Emerson turned that ball over, and one key stat of the last game where Emerson beat Wheaton handily, they only turned the ball over 5 times, and Clark is a team that is certainly going to be looking to force more turnovers against the team that they beat twice this season already. Now this is passed into the corner. Mikey Robinson drives baseline and passes outside. It tips off of his hands, over his head, and out of bounds as Pridgeon was unable to hold on to it. A turnover for Clark, just past the Clark University logo on the Emerson side of the court, past the three-point line, as Arrico will inbound right there from the sideline, getting it into McNamara, pressured by O'Brien. Still not past half court, calling for a screen. A little crossover. He drives to his left side, gets it over to Arrico, now cross past half court. McNamara drives left side baseline, guarded by McCardle. A size mismatch. Arrico wide open for 3. This one goes down. Trevor Arrico knocks down the trifecta. It's 8-7 with 14 minutes and 25 seconds to play in the first half. Into the corner, wide open 3. Yes, sir! Jordan Richard from downtown. Guillermo Gassett-Ruiz passes this over to McNamara. Trying to fight for position is Gardner down low. That's against Richards. McNamara looking for some action on the left side. Arrico cuts to the right baseline. Double teamed. Passing inside. Shot doesn't go this time. Well defended by O'Brien. Asher Gardner had it on the low left side block, but he couldn't finish. He's yet to score today. Open. O'Brien fakes the 3. Gets inside position. Slithering by the defender as he sticks it for 2 more. Clark up to a 6-point lead, their largest lead of the game so far. 13 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first half. A fake of a shot by Gassett-Ruiz. He gets McCardle off his feet, going to work, spinning, passing to Brenner, who'll take a shot and nail the 3 from the left side of the court. No hesitation, a hand in his face. Brenner, 1 stop and 1 shot. His second 3 attempts goes down, and Emerson cuts it down to 3 as the Cougar mascot comes right in front of me. This pass outside off the hands of Pridgeon, stolen away by McNamara. McNamara stops, puts it up. He's fouled on the layup attempt. Well defended by Mikey O'Brien to keep him from finishing that time, but McNamara knifing it away at midcourt as Pridgeon, that's his second turnover of the game, and poor hands that time by him. McNamara will shoot 2 at the line to bring Emerson to within 1. And a physical feature, if you've never been to the Clark University gym, the roof is thatched in a wooden manner where there are triangles that separate parts of the bleachers with a A-frame style roof. It's very unique. McNamara hit his first free throw, so it's 13-11 now. Emerson still trails by 2. The second from McNamara is good. Substitution coming in now as we get a look at a new look for the Emerson Lions. Jacob Armont coming into the game for Brendan McNamara after those free throws. Armont, the 6th man of this team. And that is a bucket scored by Isaiah Taylor on the deep 2 part of the court near the NEWMAC logo on the right side. about a foot away from the three-point line. Armont with the ball. 16-12, Clark leads. Just 8 minutes have gone by so far. Guillermo Gusset-Ruiz on the right block. Thought about a pass. Still looking. He gets it over and finds Brenner. Armont with the ball. Zurich coming to set a screen to his right. Armont, a pull-up three. And he banks it in. Jacob Armont knocks down his first shot of the game. It's 16-15. And last time out, Jacob Armont was a spark plug off the bench, as he often is, scoring 11 points, 4 for 9 shooting in 16 minutes played. So pretty quick scoring as Armont scrambles to the court. He gets the ball and passes it to Arrico, who tries to finish, but it's rejected by Taylor. And it looks like it's going to stay with Emerson here. 16-15 Clark with 12 minutes and 3 seconds to play. A steal by Jacob Armont as he scrambled and knifed his way to the ball, as he was all on the court, not a single limb holding him up. And he was able to hand pass it to Arrico. Now Armont's got it on the left baseline after the inbound by Zurich. Armont just bounced the ball out of bounds in that suicide corner. It'll be a turnover. And when I say that kind of corner, I'm really talking about the corner where you have pretty much that corner's defender is just going to close you in there, just give you a little hug, because there's nothing you can do. You can't go backwards, you can't go to your left. And so a timeout called by Bill Curley. Clark leads this one 16-15 after 8 minutes of play. Emerson coming in as the 6th seed after knocking off Wheaton in the playoffs. And a little history for you. The last time Clark won a championship game, well, you have to go all the way back to 2003 for that. It's been 21 years since Clark has won a NEWMAC championship. If they win today, they'll have their shot at winning their 3rd ever. This is big time for Clark after a season where they missed the playoffs, losing double-digit games. They go 19-6 in the regular season, and in their last 10, they've been 7-3. So Clark is hotter than most teams in the NEWMAC right now, and a worthy opponent. Now for Emerson, if they get through this, Emerson finished with a negative record on the year. They were 11-15 in the regular season, and they're 5-5 over their last 10. Now they did lose to Clark in a close matchup their first time around, losing 89-83. And in the second game, they lost 87-62, and that was on February 3rd. So a more recent game, but a note about that game is much of the Emerson starters didn't play more than 15 minutes. And so it's interesting to think what will happen as we see most of the starters of Emerson playing much longer minutes. Guillermo Gusset-Ruiz, an example of that, with 40 played. We're back underway, and now Isaiah Taylor's got the ball. At the top of the key, he gets it over. This is Bruce Santillius, driving, spinning, kicking it inside through legs of Gusset-Ruiz and finishing at the rim with a nice baby hook. Oh, down court pass. McCardle scored that last basket. Trying to take advantage of that was Brenner, who was all the way down cherry picking. He caught the ball, and now Armont's got it at the top of the key. Giving it over to Arrico, drives into the middle of the paint, misses the layup off the front of the rim as he tried to just push it right up there, but Emerson will maintain possession as it was knocked out of bounds by Clark. Arrico coming off for Brendan McNamara. Some substitutions on the court. Mikey O'Brien back out there. Isaiah Taylor out there as well. Bruce Santillius still hasn't checked out of the game, and just new in is Christopher Clark. Brendan McNamara with the ball at the top of the key. Brenner coming off of a screen, and now open is Armont on the left side. Armont gets a screen to his right. That's Caden Zurich screening. Armont drives right, got double teamed, kicks it to McNamara. Thought about the three, now drives right baseline, kicks it back out. Armont takes the three, and he nails it! Jacob Armont ties the game, 18 all. Armont running some motion with Lucas Brenner. They were basically running zigzags back and forth in the same spot, and Armont finally got open. No hesitation, and he nails it. And that's been one of the things that we've thought about a lot when watching Emerson. If you've tuned into any of their games and seen the video, you know that these players, they don't hesitate when they get the ball from beyond the arc. If they're covered, they're taking it. This is an easy hook, and it missed. Mikey O'Brien couldn't get it down, but he tipped it, bounced up in the air. It's caught by Zurich, and now Armont gets it across half court with ease. One thing is Clark has stopped running that full court pressure. Now into a half court set. Armont on the left side. Two defenders on him. Armont drives into the middle. Right side fakes the shot. Goes up left. Rejected by Clark. And I don't mean the school. I mean Christopher Clark of the school. And Brenner will go to the line to shoot some free throws as he huddles up to talk it over just before he does. Lucas Brenner is a 5 for 6 free throw shooter. It'll be Jacob Armand, my bad. Armand was the one fouled. I don't know how I thought it was Brenner. My eye caught him. I don't know how. Armand's first free throw is good. Jacob Armand, a 29 for 41 free throw shooter, 71% on the year. Hits his first free throw, and Emerson has their first lead of the game here with 10 minutes and 12 seconds. You're just tuning in. They're 10 minutes by. Emerson leads 19-18. Armand shooting the second of 2 free throws. After making the first, he makes the second as well. And it is 20-18 in favor of the Lions. On the left side, this is O'Brien. To the top of the key. Bruce Santelius watches it over. Now it's over to Newman. Newman passes it to his left. Inside, no-look pass, getting it over to Santelius. He's double-teamed. He goes up for the layup. Tough finish. Oh, my goodness. He puts his own rebound in on the tip. Double-teamed is Armand. Did he step out of bounds? No, but there is a foul called. So noticeably, the moment that Clark gets some momentum, it seems like without communication, they've practiced this where they're just going to pressure right away, and they do so right there. That was Santelius and Stewart who pressured the ball that time. Now they're back to their full court press. McNamara passes it over to the shoulder, right into the paint, getting it to Gardner, and he misses another seemingly simple finish, but with all that pressure down low from guys who are tall and strong, it's a tough finish every time. They're making Gardner work for the points down there as he misses another one just on the right block. He had a defender behind him, and I think he was scared about the block. Clark coming back the other way now. Newman. Pass off, inlet pass is a jump pass, Joe Namath style, out into the corner. Taylor watches his feet hit the ground, gets it out to Santelius. Little jab step and a fake. Now a deep three from Newman as it bricks and bounces right to McNamara, off to the left side, into the corner, tipped by O'Brien. Armand is open in the corner, and he misses the three. Rebound taken by McCardle, and up the court. 2-on-2 break. Euro step, rejected by Gassette Ruiz. McNamara, a layup attempt from the left block is blocked, but guess what? It's another shooting foul, and so this is Jacob Armand going to the line for 2 more as boos rain down here at Clark. The first free throw coming up. Armand is 2 for 2 on the day, a 71% shooter. He misses the first free throw off the right side of the rim. Coming back into the game for Kekoa McCardle is Jordan Richard, who knocked a 3 down earlier in this game from the left wing. McCardle, the tallest and largest overall player on this Clark team, could be of use down low against Emerson. So far, not much has gone his way. The second free throw goes down from Armand. It's 21-20 Emerson. Just over 12 minutes have gone by in the first half. 8:50 to play. Ooh, for a second, Santelius dropped the ball. Now he passes it off to his left, fighting Taylor. A no-look pass to Richards. Richards misses off the back of the rim, just inside the paint, about a 15-footer that he missed there. Arico slows the pace down across half court. They get it to Gassette Ruiz. Inside and off the hands, through his hands seemingly, and directly to Taylor. It was off of Gardner's hands. Into the corner, Richards fakes the shot. He's bracketed there. Santelius will take it himself. Works out of a triple team down low, and a foul is called. Sean Coleman, assistant coach and former player of the Emerson Lions, chipping up the referee there and giving high fives to his guys as Asher Gardner comes off the court for Caden Zurich. Zurich, the tallest Emerson Lion, out there as they play a zone, a 2-3 defense to try and cut off that middle part of the court as this three is launched. That one by Newman. He misses his second shot. Arico passes it to the left side. Armand behind the back crossover, gets to the middle, into a sea of defenders, all wearing white. Armand stays on his feet and manages to get the ball back out to Gassette Ruiz. And another call here. What'll it be? Looks like it's a reach-in foul. It was in the hands of Caden Zurich. as Lucas Brenner will be coming back into the game as he goes to the scorer's table. A timeout called by Clark. An incredible possession, and not for anything that actually happened on the score sheet, but Jacob Armand got into the red paint and just about 2 feet outside of the restricted arc. He had 4 guys wearing Clark jerseys draped all over him with the hands up in the air. Somehow he didn't fall over. He tripped for a moment, was able to regain his balance with his right foot, step up and make a pass out of 4 defenders who were covering him from every angle. Truly masterful from number 3 in purple. And during this timeout, it's a good time to tell you that Emerson last won their championship in the NEWMAC back in 2019. That was with the likes of Zachary Waterhouse and Joffrey Gray. That was broadcasted on Emerson Channel Sports. And hey, maybe you're forgetting the big center they had. Yeah, he was a 6'11" center, won Division III Player of the Year a couple years ago. Yeah, his name's Jared Houston. He was part of that team too. Those were the last players to win a championship with Emerson. Bill Curley coached that team and coaches this same team. Very different team. This team nowhere near as big, and really in the first year of a new look roster. And Trevor Arrico has certainly stepped up. Arrico, a senior from Ann Arbor, Michigan. And he's known to step up and be a leader. He was a member of the 2023 Woo Sox mental health panel at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, led back in April. A bunch of Emerson College athletes teamed up together to talk about mental health by way of a class project that went beyond the class, as Arrico's got the ball here. But Trevor Arrico, a stand-up student and a great leader and teammate. Not to mention a great basketball player, as he's fouled on the right side of the court after the inbound. Tight defense is not paying off for Clark so far. They've forced a couple turnovers, but really it hasn't been everything they'd hoped for. Trying to force more turnovers against a team that was near perfect. Only 5 turnovers last game for Emerson. And that was really their key to success, as Arrico will go to the free throw line, a 90% free throw shooter, as I mentioned earlier. In a 21-20 game with 7:41 to play in the first half, Arrico knocks down the first free throw on the 1-and-1. That was the 7th team foul for Clark, which means they're in the bonus, hence why the 1-and-1 is in play. Emerson has only fouled twice, and they're the shorter team, might I add. Impressive. They played athletic defense. Arrico knocks down both free throws, and Isaiah Taylor brings it up the court again. Mikey Robinson to his right. Over to O'Brien. Double teamed briefly by the 2-3. Open man is Isaiah Taylor, who misses the 3, and rebounded by Lucas Brenner. Gets it over to Gassette Ruiz. Ruiz defended by Taylor. Lost the ball momentarily, tried to tip it back in. It was off of a foot, and it was off of Gassette Ruiz's. He's out of bounds. And good defense that time by Isaiah Taylor. Guillermo Gassette Ruiz was bringing the ball up, and he is probably the one player on this Emerson team who can play any position, and that time just a little shoddy on the ball handling. Gassette Ruiz set career highs in rebounds and assists, assists last game with 8. This is a corner 3 on the way. It bricks off the front of the rim. Richards can't hit that one, and Clark has gone ice cold from beyond the arc, and Emerson is just happy to let him keep shooting it. A 2-3 defense will allow that in the corners. Arrico drives into the right side, banks it in off the glass as he falls down and gets up quickly. Shakes his fist, pumping it in the air as Emerson leads by 5, their largest lead of the game. 25-20 with 6:50 to play in the first half. Emerson playing stifling, frustrating defense. The defense chant by the crowd is loud. Emerson playing defense right now. An inlet pass out to the corner. Newman faked the pass to the left and picked it up. Now he sends the pass out that way. Driving inside and putting up the layup, which is off the front of the rim, tipped out by the defender, and Zurich is able to come away with it. Over to the corner. Brenner for 3. No, off the left side of the rim. He was on the right baseline, and he was unable to finish that time, but it was in transition, no dribble, no hesitation, like I've said. Emerson leads by 5. Clark with some substitutions as Richards comes off. Zurich now chasing back down onto the court. Newman, McCardle back into the game. Ian Calabrese seeing his first action in quite some time. He's in to start the game, and he just checks back in. Emerson staying with their 2-3 defense. Actually, they've shifted to a 1-3-1. McNamara leading the charge up top. Zurich playing the center spot down low. This jump shot by Taylor misses off the back of the rim. Emerson's defense has been hard to solve so far. Brenner gets the ball, drives inside, passes it back into the defense. Oh my goodness, the ball bounced off the back of the backboard as Zurich was trying to pass it back into the action and turned over. Taylor's got it at the three-point line. He crosses over on McNamara, lost the ball but got it to McCardle. A shot is well defended off the right side of the rim, out of bounds. Emerson possession. And on that defensive possession, it was so fast, but what happened there was McCardle got the ball on a shot attempt that went wide by Isaiah Stewart. He was on the right block. McCardle got the rebound on the left block, and then he, despite the 3-inch size advantage, as Gessett Ruiz drives inside Zurich, puts it in! 7-point game! Emerson up by 7. Caden Zurich catches the defense napping, and assist from Lucas Brenner. Inside to O'Brien. Mikey O'Brien to the left block. Rejected by Gessett Ruiz! That is the second highlight reel block of the game for Guillermo Gessett Ruiz. He had 25 blocks in the regular season. Add 2 more to his full season total with 2 so far in the first half. 15 minutes have gone by, 5 minutes to play in the first half. Emerson leads against the 2-seeded Clark in the NEWMAC men's semifinals. Emerson, the 6th seed, with a 7-point lead. And this has been great team defense that has brought them there. Emerson only turned the ball over 5 times last game against Wheaton, and Bill Curley has his team playing extremely disciplined. As he talks it over, Sean Coleman gives a 2 signal, whatever that means. Definitely something that the announcers are not cued in on. Hands in the air, they go back out onto the court. Coming out for Emerson, Brenner, Gessett Ruiz, Orico, Zurich, and McNamara. Gessett Ruiz notably still has not seen a single second on the bench this postseason. Played all 40 minutes against Wheaton and has played all 15 so far against Clark. Clark with the ball, down by 7 with 5 to play in the first half. O'Brien jabs left, drives right, blocked again by Ruiz, but he's called for the shooting foul. So Mikey O'Brien will go to shoot 2 free throws at the line. And O'Brien is an 80% free throw shooter, just attempting 20 on the regular season, making 16 of them. Mikey O'Brien, usually a player who plays quite a bit, just at 29.2 minutes per game. Provides 6.8 points off the bench as a brick free throw off the left rim, and it feels like Clark has just got some of the postseason jitters shooting-wise. They have been ice cold, a team that usually puts up a lot of points. They scored 109 this season as their high. And notably, for Bruce Santelius and Isaiah Taylor, they haven't been able to score as they usually do against teams. Orico having trouble getting the ball, and he's able to get it to Gessett Ruiz as he's defended now by Pridgeon in the full court press. Finds an open man, that's McNamara. Guarded deep on the left side corner. Screen to the left, McNamara gets the dribble, picks it up. It's well defended by O'Brien as he sticks his hand in there. Now Orico on the left side, driving baseline, kicks it into the right corner. Gessett Ruiz is there. He spins around a defender and kicks it back out to Orico, who fakes the 3, pulls up from the right side as he fades away and misses off the right side of the rim. He was on that right baseline. He just couldn't get it to go as he rose above the defense. Driving on the right side and getting inside is Bruce, but he can't hit it. Rebound by McCardle. It's rejected again. Now, what are they going to call here? Looks like it's going to be a shooting foul. And we're going to get some free throws now for what looks like Christopher Clark. No, it's going to be an inbound. So they must have called it before the shot on the ground, and they did. So an inbound. A stoppage in play momentarily. Mikey O'Brien will be the inbounder for Clark. On that last play, Zurich ripped it away from Bruce Santelius, who just does such a good job of finding the open space in an impossible situation in the paint. Inbounded, O'Brien's got it. Into the paint, they go one-on-one against Zurich. The big man game as McCardle knocks it down. Kekoa McCardle spun to his left. He was defended one-on-one by Zurich, and that's the first time that we have noticed the size difference between Clark and Emerson. Great play call that time by Clark, getting Kekoa McCardle in the perfect position to just do what he does best, which is go to work in the paint. And what I mean by that is those post moves, those spins, drop steps. He hit the first one, and now a below 50% free throw shooter will knock it down. The three-point play is converted. Clark back within 3, 27-24 in favor of Emerson. 16 minutes have gone by, 4 minutes and 16 seconds left in the first half. Thank you for joining me here on Evan Sharrard Media. It is a pleasure to bring this one to you as Jacob Armand brings it across the Clark logo at half court. The loud defense chant from Clark. Arico's got the ball on the left side. Now at the top of the key, gets it inside on the elbow. That's Gardner. Gardner, a handoff pass to Arico as he crosses over on Quidgen. Gets it over to Armand, open for three at beyond the arc, and knocks it down! Jacob Armand, he's certainly gotten me excited. He's 3 for 3 from beyond the arc, 9 points as he continues to be the spark plug of this Emerson Lions offense. O'Brien finds his man inside, that's Pridgeon, but he misses the layup and gets his own rebound. Now they're back out and resetting the play at the top of the key. This is Bruce Santilius. Santilius looking around to his left and finding O'Brien. O'Brien points and gets a screen to his right. Pridgeon set that one, now crossing over to his right, guarded by McNamara, floats it up and in, banking it off the right side of the glass. McNamara gets the inbound quickly. Emerson trying to, I'll use a baseball term, trying to quick pitch Clark, get down the court before they realize. Armand's got it, now Arico does. He'll start the play. Emerson's set, driving to the right, kicking to Armand, he'll take the three. And he goes in! Jacob Armand, it goes in as it bounces off the back iron. It looked like he missed it too strong, but a soft bounce off the back of the rim knocks it in. 4 for 4 from beyond the arc, 12 points for Jacob Armand. Emerson leads by 7 points. O'Brien inside, passes it back. Bruce Santilius will take the three. It rattles in and out. Toilet bowl roll. Doesn't go the way of Clark. McNamara the other way. A screen by Gardner. Pulling out is McNamara back at the top of the key. Passes it over to Arico. Arico drives to his right. Passes it back. A foul called in the lane on Christopher Clark. And Arico will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. The 8th team foul of Clark. And that is not the guy you want to send to the line right now. Emerson getting Arico there early and often. Arico shot 112 free throws in the regular season. He shot 101 so far. This has been an excellent start for Emerson. If you're just tuning in, it is 33-26 in favor of Emerson with 2 minutes and 14 seconds to play in the first half. After this first half, I'll go to a quick halftime break, come back a couple minutes before the second half starts, and we'll be right back into the final stretch. A chance to go to the championship for both of these teams, and I mentioned it earlier, Clark hasn't been to the NEWMAC championship in 21 years. Emerson, just 5 years. And over the last 5 years, Emerson has been one of the better defenses and one of the better offenses as well. They've been one of the better teams, with the likes of Jared Houston and Zach Waterhouse, Nate Martin, Max Davis. Those guys led Emerson to a winning record every year, and this is an Emerson squad that is made up of the likes of Declan Bretz and Jeff Tan, Guillermo Gasset Ruiz, Trevor Arico, Asher Gardner. Some of those guys are new. Some only sophomores, some only freshmen. Arico and Declan Bretz, the two seniors who played the most time, both guys who were role players on teams in the past, and they've really stepped up. Declan Bretz played big minutes in the last regular season game of the season, and Trevor Arico has stood into a leadership role as a star defender and scorer as he shoots the first free throw and he knocks it down. Emerson up by 8. That one rattled in and the toilet bowl roll went for Emerson. Second shot from Arico. 2 for 2. Emerson with their largest lead of 9. It's 35-26 with 2:10 to play in the first half. Off a screen, O'Brien passes it over to Santelius, who goes up seemingly like he was trying to dunk. He's fouled on the shot, and boy, can Santelius fly. He got up in the air about 5 feet. Sign him up for a dunk contest at this rate. A great jump by Bruce Santelius as he'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And while Kekoa McArdle hasn't been as effective on offense as he has been all season, Bruce Santelius getting to the line here as he knocks down the first free throw and gets high fives. Caden Zurich now coming in for Asher Gardner. Cassette Ruiz, Arico, Armont, and McNamara staying out on the court as they have all game. But as I was saying, Bruce Santelius might be the go-to option tonight as Clark gets back to within 7. Both free throws good by Santelius. Santelius is just able to get to those open spaces down low. I mentioned it earlier. He's such a smooth and controlled driver who goes with speed and power. Forces the other players to foul him, and that's what happened on that last possession. McNamara's got it at the top of the key, calls a play. Brings Zurich to his left, he sets a screen. McNamara driving into the paint to the right side. Kicks it over to Zurich just a little too far. Zurich recovers though, passes it out to Cassette Ruiz. Emerson with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Cassette Ruiz steps in and fires to the left. He hit that shot. He hit it. It was a floater from the baseline. He's not usually going to shoot with that hand. It was a Steph Curry-like finish, and as the shot clock expired, he puts Emerson back up by 9. Guillermo Cassette Ruiz, what can't you do? Cassette Ruiz, mind you, is one of the players who is a freshman on this Emerson team. And they are a young team because 9 of 14 of them are underclassmen, like I was making the point earlier. Cassette Ruiz has a very bright future at Emerson College. He's trying to become a semifinal champion. The job's not done yet this season. We're not looking ahead yet as that basket goes down by Mikey O'Brien on a layup inside the red paint. Arico spins back at half court and gets the play started. Lucas Brenner's got it on the left side. He drives to the left. He's guarded by McArdle. Brenner trying to beat him off the step. He does, but McArdle's too big, and a travel called as Brenner was trying to hop step his way around, and McArdle was just too menacing for Brenner to either take a shot after he beat him or pass it out, and Brenner moved his pivot foot. Bruce Santelius to inbound to Isaiah Taylor, who's back out onto the court for Clark. Santelius and Taylor can be relied on for points aplenty, but today the points haven't come at that rate. They get it into McArdle in that one-on-one set. Cassette Ruiz comes in to help. Behind the back reverse. Kekoa McArdle puts 2 more on the board. It's loud here in Clark. And Emerson takes a timeout. Bill Curley not happy with the defense down low, chewing out Caden Zurich. They get in to their conversation behind the bench. This has been a back-and-forth game that Emerson has had control of for the most part. They lead by 5 with 46.9 seconds to go in the first half. Emerson leads 37-32. Clark has fouled 8 times. Emerson 1 foul away from putting Clark into the bonus. Emerson already into the bonus. Coming back out onto the court, Caden Zurich, Brendan McNamara, Trevor Arico inbounding, Guillermo Cassette Ruiz, and Caden Zurich on the court. For Clark, it is led out by Mikey Robinson, Bruce Santelius, Isaiah Taylor, Jordan Richard, and Kekoa McArdle. Double teamed, 3 defenders on 2 offensive players. Cassette Ruiz spins out of a double team and coming down with some pace, running like a racehorse. He's trying to find an opening, but it's ripped away. He's running too far and too uncontrolled. Ripped away by Jordan Richard. Mikey O'Brien, a swing pass back. Isaiah Taylor will hold the ball as they want one last shot in the half. Isaiah Taylor still holding it, hands on his hips as if he's just run a big run. He's not run the marathon yet. O'Brien's got it. A screen by McArdle to his right. O'Brien passes to Santelius. This is the point where he hits it, and he does! It's a 3-pointer by Bruce Santelius. Clutch continues. Shot clock to 2. Cassette Ruiz fires and airballs. Emerson leads the first half of this men's semifinal, 37-35. Guillermo Gasset Ruiz was all over the court. And that last big shot hit by Bruce Santilius, a sign of more to come? Let's find out after the break. I'm Evan Sharrard with Evan Sharrard Media. Thank you for listening so far. We'll go to a short break and we'll be back after half. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got a good one. Emerson up 37-35 after the first half. There are 3 minutes to go until the second half begins. From Clark University, I am Evan Sharrard, your commentator today, bringing you this radio-style broadcast. Emerson leads after one half of play. Emerson leading at 37-35. It has been a raucous gym tonight. And with the likes of Guillermo Gasset-Ruiz, Trevor Arrico, and Brendan McNamara, a couple key threes, 4 of them from Jacob Armont. Emerson is out to this lead. And in the second half, we talked about Armont and how he played so well in just 11 minutes last game against Wheaton. Well, he's already got 12 points, and he's 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. Some incredible shooting from Emerson, and some cold shooting from Clark, which is not to be expected. Their star scorers, Isaiah Taylor and Bruce Santelius, have struggled to get off to a good start, especially after last game. Taylor scored 17 points. Santelius only scored 8. They need Isaiah Taylor, who was the leading scorer last game against Springfield, to get going if they want to get back into this game. It's a 4-point game, so get back into it is wrong. But if they want to get out in front as the 2 seed in the conference, they need their stars to start starring. And for Emerson, they need to keep defending the way they have been. They really stymied Clark's offense by just running a switch between 2-3 and 1-3-1 zone. There was no driving lanes, and the only guy who could manufacture them was Bruce Santelius. You got 1 minute and 10 seconds to go until the start of the second half. I can barely hear my voice. The arena getting loud, cameras, cheerleaders, the Clark University side of the bench, everyone is standing except for maybe 20 people on the left side. There's a good 120 people on their side as they do a variation of the wave. The teams in their huddles, Clark's fans have a bunch of these pom-poms with red stars. They're doing this A chant as they move both of their arms right to left, all in unison. Incredible atmosphere that Clark provides here. The fans are some of the best in Division III. 15 seconds to go. Referees waiting near both huddles. The starting lineup for the second half for Emerson features Asher Gardner, Lucas Brenner, Brendan McNamara, Trevor Arrico, and Guillermo Gasset-Ruiz. And for Clark, rounding out the lineup is Kekoa McCardle, Isaiah Taylor, Bruce Santelius, Reed Newman, and Mikey O'Brien. Gasset-Ruiz hasn't been out of this game for a single second, and he'll inbound during the first second of the second half. Referee in stripes. Bounce pass, and we're underway. Second half basketball. Emerson leads 37-35. A trip to the NEWMAC championship game on the line. Everybody in the crowd bouncing on the bleachers. McNamara on the right side baseline. Passes it in off the elbow. Off of a screen. Coming in is Arrico. McNamara in the corner for 3. He knocks it down. Brendan McNamara. Bullseye from the corner. 40-35. Just 30 seconds into the second half. Isaiah Taylor drives right. Well defended. Can't get it to go. No foul called. It bounced off the bottom of the rim and well defended by Gardner. In transition, Gasset-Ruiz. Pass to McNamara. Brenner comes off of his position on the flare. McNamara calling for a screen. Brenner clears out. Gardner to the right. Good screen. Pass to the corner. Brenner thought about the shot. Now pass it to Arrico at the top of the key. Now to the left elbow. Fakes the shot. In between 3 defenders. Stolen away by Santelius. A clear path foul called against Gasset-Ruiz. And although I'm pretty sure we'll see what the call is here. They are going to call a clear path foul. So we should see 2 free throws coming up here for Bruce Santelius. He's getting set at the line. Bill Curley upset with the call, and the referees coming over to explain it to the scoreboard officials. Bruce Santelius is waiting patiently as it is going to be a technical foul because of the clear path. Cassette Ruiz. Cassette Ruiz called for that foul. The technical free throw, nobody around. Santelius bounces it off the back of the rim. 3 more bounces off the back, and it softly rolls in. The first technical good. Second shot to bring them within 3. Got it. Nothing but net for Bruce Santelius. 40-37. Emerson leads. This technical foul gave 2 free throws for Santelius. Now an inbound on the left baseline, left sideline rather, for Mikey O'Brien. A little talk over here from the referee to the sideline. A little lull in play here as he's explaining something to the scoring officials. Once more, he's trying to figure out either how many fouls there are so far for Cassette Ruiz. Coach is confused as well. And they said something about number 28, but I've got news for you. There's not a single number 28 in the building. Now the inbound. Into the backcourt, now into the front. O'Brien passes it to Taylor. He drives to the right, stops on the baseline. In that right corner, kicks it out to Newman. Newman into the corner. O'Brien, McCardle, one-on-one against Gardner. Passes tipped and gotten up by Santelius. O'Brien to Santelius on the right side. He drives, gets inside, floats it up, floats it in, and a foul. Bruce Santelius going to the line for 1 more. He started the possession with 2 technical free throws. It's a 4-point possession for him so far, a chance to make it 5 and tie the game right here. And like I mentioned, late in the first half, Bruce Santelius might be where Clark wants to go for their offensive production because they haven't gotten a lot of production from McCardle and from Stewart, from Taylor rather. But they just got 5 points in 1 possession from Santelius right there. The defense chants are loud. How will Emerson respond in a tie game? Cassette Ruiz, no hesitation. The left-handed 3 misses. The southpaw couldn't get that shot to go, and the momentum swinging back to Clark. Taylor fires the 3. No. Rebound taken by Arrico. Outlet pass and open. Takes the shot and finishes. In the right side, a fast break layup made by Brendan McNamara. 42-40, Emerson leads 2 minutes into the second half. The crowd filled with Energizer bunnies. Getting off a screen, McCardle going up, missing the layup, tough finish, gets his own rebound and puts it in. Kekoa McCardle has a chance to put Clark on top for the first time in the second half. Score knotted up at 42. 17 minutes and 53 seconds to play in the second half of this NEWMAC men's semifinal. The 2-seed Clark trying to fend off the 6-seed Emerson Lions of Boston. The team from Worcester gets the rebound. That's Clark into the corner. Open for 3 is O'Brien. He misses it long. And taking this in transition with some speed, passing it over to Brenner. Now McNamara in the corner. Back to Brenner. Over to McNamara. McNamara has the ball. Defensive chant from Clark. Arrico to Cassette Ruiz on the right side. No dribble yet. McNamara coming around on the trailer. Gardner turns over and faces up. Stolen away by Santelius. Another foul called. Cassette Ruiz picks up another one. Santelius has been all over the second half. And Clark is getting that momentum surge that they've needed all game. Emerson only had 6 fouls in the first half, and they've already got 4 in the first 3 minutes of the second. They need to play more disciplined if they want to stay in the lead. Tied up, Santelius with the ball. He drives to his left and stops at the elbow. He gets it into McCardle on that left baseline, spinning around, butts together, layup goes. He gets the up and under to fall. McCardle heating up from down low. Finishing on that right block. McNamara. Clark winning this game for the first time in the second half. Clark leading 44-42. McNamara passes it over to Arrico. Driving to his right. Arrico, step back, fade away, off the back of the rim. Couldn't hit from the right baseline as he broke the ankles of Isaiah Taylor. Taylor does the same to McNamara. Now he passes it back out. Newman for three. No, he hasn't made one yet. Brenner gets the rebound off the tip of the hands of Gardner down low. Brenner brings it across half court, gets it over to McNamara. McNamara off a screen to his left side. McNamara picking his dribble up against Newman. Puts up a two, misses. Rebound taken by McCardle. Back the other way comes Taylor and Clark. Clark. O'Brien thought about the shot, passes it inside. Open Newman, yes! They play the press again, full court, McNamara to inbound. They get it in to Gassette Ruiz. Pass up the court, McNamara's got it. On the floor, scrambling for the ball, McNamara was. He's got it. Possession arrow and a timeout called. Emerson, possession arrow, timeout called by Curley. McNamara able to maintain possession. It was, again, Bruce Santelius who dove for that ball. Santelius has been the X factor for Clark in this game. And now we can take a breath. The most silent I've been all game in those last 5 seconds, but for good reason. As only 4 minutes into this second half, Clark has regained the lead for the first time since midway through the first. Sean Coleman receiving a talking to from the referees right now. Either an explanation about the fouls or something else Coleman didn't like. Sean Coleman might be most remembered for his time as a graduate student at Emerson, hitting a big-time three to put away WPI, who was undefeated in conference. They were 9-0. At that time. That was last season. Emerson pulled off that upset. And Sean Coleman hit that shot. Coleman heads back to the bench as we hear the crowd as energized as always over on the Clark side. There's a man with a mascot looking over to me, throwing up what looks like the I love you sign in sign language, and the crowd rises in decibel level as he brings them up, spelling Clark, C-L-A-R-K, in the style of the YMCA body font. We are about to get underway again after a long timeout, full timeout called by Curley. His guys trail by 4. Clark up 46-42 with 15 minutes and 57 minutes to play in the second half of this men's semifinal game. It has been Bruce Santelius who has led the way with 18 points in this game. He's been incredible in the second half, forcing turnovers. And on the other side, Jacob Armand leads the game for Emerson with 15 points. Guillermo Gassette Ruiz with only 2. Seems like he's got more based on his impact. And the one shot he hit was that crazy floater in the first half where he did what was basically a pirouette and knocked it down as the shot clock expired from the free throw line as he was stepping into the shot. If you remember that March Madness game between Wisconsin and Florida where Chris Chiozza hit that floater 3 for the win, it looked just like that, except it was a bank shot. They get the inbound, Arrigo to Brenner, now to Armand. Armand back to Brenner, takes the 3. Misses long. Rebound taken by McCardle. That shot was on the right side of the three-point line. Not quite in the corner, about 15 feet ahead of that. Taylor gets it inside, defended by one defender. McCardle goes up. Looked like he was fouled. He wasn't. 2 more. Clark finally beating that 1-3-1 defense. They're up by 6. 48-42. Arrico to McNamara. Armand coming around on the left side. Arrico clears out that way. Armand gets the ball on the right now. Arrico clearing out the same way that Armand did. Trying to go for a handoff. Defended well by Taylor at the baseline. Into the corner. McNamara takes a 3. Knocks it down. Brendan McNamara brings us back to 3. Clutch shooting will be a big storyline in this game once everything is all said and done and all left on the court. Emerson has certainly had that so far. And so is Bruce Santelius. A shot open, Jordan Richard knocks it down with ease. And now Clark, after the halftime talk, has been able to find those soft spots in the 1-3-1 zone, finding that easy baseline jumper without a dribble. Orico stops in the baseline, and it's ripped away by Pridgeon, but he is going to be called for the reach-in foul, so Emerson will maintain possession. The first foul of the half for Clark as a team, and the first foul of the half for Pridgeon. Timeout called by Clark. It's a 5-point game. Clark leads it 50-45. 14 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the second half. Emerson just gave away momentum and might have just regained some after the foul on Pridgeon and the three-pointer made by McNamara in the corner. As the coaches talk it over, we got to look at some of the career highs. You talked about Isaiah Taylor scoring 27 in a game this season against Emerson. He has been next to nothing in the scoring category, but Bruce Santelius scored 27 against Wheaton. And Santelius, he has a chance to get up to that number again today against Emerson if he continues to score at the pace that he is. And Clark is going to need that if they continue to stay in the lead. Otherwise, Emerson will probably get back into this one. And Jacob Armand, who has 15 points so far, see if he's subbed back into the game for some shooting spark. He's 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. And he's made 3 free throws as well. Curley still talking it over. The fans, maybe the most quiet. And if you can't hear the fans quite as well as I can, you can judge it just by how loud I'm talking to you, play by play. Because it's hard to even hear what I'm saying in here for myself. Emerson lost in the semifinals last year to Babson, who went on to win the NEWMAC championship. They're down by 5 here with less than 15 to play. Brenner floats it up off the right side, misses off the rim as it bounces off the front of the rim. Taylor turns on the Jets, going to work against Armand. Tipped and a push, so they'll call a blocking foul on Jacob Armand. That's the 5th team foul for Emerson. They got to be careful. They're only 2 fouls away from putting Clark into the bonus with plenty of time left in this game. Jacob Armand staying in on the court for Emerson. Armand, Orico, Brenner, Gardner, and McNamara. Santelius has this as he drives to the left, taking a charge! Yes, sir! Trevor Orico putting the veteran move on Bruce Santelius. He took the charge, the feet were set. Emerson takes possession in a close game. And that is a leader and a smart player making the play that you need to when you're down. A winning play is taking a charge in that spot, especially after getting a blocking foul. That could have gone the other way, but they will go the other way as it's turned over and stolen in the corner by Taylor. They get it out to Pridgeon, who's open for 3. And he can't hit it, but they get the rebound. Pridgeon again. At the top of the key, passes it over to O'Brien. O'Brien has a screen if he wants it. That's McCardle. He takes it to his left. Near the elbow, now going to work in the paint. Missing off the hook. The tip in goes down. Grit and grind from Clark. O'Brien with those 2. Tough pass, one-handed, got it to McNamara, nearly slipped. Gets it to Brenner in the corner, back to Armand. Fires another 3. No, this time too strong off the back rim. 52-45. Largest lead of the day for Clark. They lead by 7. Tipped. And now they will give the ball over to Taylor. Faking a screen is McCardle. Taylor with the crossover, the step back, the 3. No, off the back of the rim. Going to the ground and getting the rebound is Jordan Richard, fighting for every inch of ground. A game of inches. And it's not football, it's basketball, but they're playing just as physically. And the fouls are being called to match. Emerson will get possession as the basketball traveled out of bounds. There were at least 3 bodies scrambling on the court, all crawling in the chaos. After the guys made a purple and white soup, Emerson has the ball. Armont takes it down the court and gets it to McNamara on the NEWMAC logo on the right side of the court. Drives to the corner, gets it to Armont. He thought about the three. Now he's in the paint. Puts it up for two, and it bounces off both insides of the rim. Nylon. 52-47. 7 minutes have gone by. 12 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second half. Someone will leave this game with a berth in the NEWMAC championship. Clark so far leads by 5. A pass to McCardle inside, floats it up and in. McCardle's scoring has gotten going. They figured out the paint game, which is a big difference from the first half where they just couldn't find any open shots down there. Arrico going in, missing the layup, no foul called, and it looks like Isaiah Taylor could be hurt. McCardle helps him up. O'Brien takes the ball, triple team Gardner. Oh, they get it inside. Size mismatch. Foul called on Armont, and he can't believe it. Nor can McNamara. They'll talk it over. That's the 6th foul of the half for Emerson. They're 1 foul away from putting Clark in the bonus. They've got to be careful now. And we'll see if that takes away from some of the aggressiveness that they are using in this game. Kekoa McCardle will shoot these 2 free throws. He's a 47% free throw shooter. He made one earlier. He misses this one. McCardle starts the ball right about at his shoulder with just his left hand, and then as he's going up, he puts his right hand on the ball and fires. It's not a one-motion shot, so there are a lot of hitches in there, which makes sense for why it's not the most fluid shot. Up by 7, and both shots miss for McCardle. Arrico takes this up the court to the right side, dribbling all with his left hand. McNamara tugs his jersey to signal a play call. Guillermo Gasset Ruiz with the ball on the left side, back to McNamara. He clears out, screened by Zurich on the right. McNamara falls down, maintains possession, passes it out to Shea Robon, who's into the game for the first time today. A freshman who's known to put up a lot of points. Arrico nails the three as he pulls up. Clutch shooting by the senior. A Michigan man with the confidence of a Michigan star, Jordan Poole, against Houston, who hit a buzzer beater to knock off Houston in the NCAA tournament while he was still in college as a freshman. That three-pointer goes down in the corner. It's Christopher Clark. Back to 7. What you can do, I can do better is what this game has turned into. Brendan McNamara passes it over to Trevor Arrico. Gets a screen right side. Arrico pulls up. He's fouled, but he doesn't make the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. And you can see that Trevor Arrico, actually you can't see it. You can hear that Trevor Arrico is ready to go. And he's ready to turn on his scoring touch. He's been aggressive, saying that I want the ball. Taking a tough 3 and nailing it this time. Chance to shoot 2 at the free throw line for a 90% shooter. I like those chances. Brendan McNamara playing what could be, sorry, not Brendan, Arrico playing what could be his last college game if Emerson is to lose in the next 11 minutes. He's putting it all out on the court, showing his guys that he wants it. And this team built around camaraderie. Bill Curley coaching up his guys. Guillermo Gasset Ruiz is just a freshman, but he has played every single second in this playoffs. And even though his scoring touch hasn't been there today, he has been effective on defense. He's been a ball mover, and he has been able to do everything that Coach Curley needs him to do and demands of him. I think Curley knows that this was not going to be an easy road. Going 11 and 15 in the regular season, they've certainly had their share of losing. But now, as all that subsides, this team is playing their best players with long minutes and giving it their all to do what they do best. And it showed up in game 1 of the playoffs as they beat Wheaton. Arrico now lining up at the line. Robban, Brenner, McNamara, and Zurich in the game for Emerson. McCardle, Clark. First free throw from Arrico goes in. McCardle, Clark, Santillius, O'Brien, and Richard in the game for Clark. Second free throw from Arrico, noise and all. Just missed it. 6-point game. O'Brien brings this up on the left side and gets it to Richard. Richard passes it over. Screen, McCardle gets it. Now gives it to O'Brien, who runs into a double team. They call the foul. He knocked it down, but the shot doesn't count. The foul was on the floor, but he'll get the 1-and-1 because that is the 7th foul of the second half for Emerson, and that means it's bonus time. And for those uninitiated to the college rule, after 7 fouls, you get a bonus. And what that means is that every time that there is a foul on the court for Emerson, that means that Clark will get to take a free throw, and if they hit that shot, then they get to take another one. And then Emerson will get possession back unless there's another foul. But that will make it a lot harder for Emerson to play solid defense because they're going to be worried about fouling. Both free throws go in for O'Brien. Clark's lead is up 59-51. It's an 8-point game with half the half left to go. 10 minutes and 38 seconds to play. They get it to Arrico across half court. Roban open in the corner for 3. Yes, Shea Roban hits it. Emerson back to 5. Roban's first points in the postseason. Roban did his high schooling in New York. I have a good friend, Max Lasky, who grew, and they turned it on to win against Wheaton, and here they are trailing by 8 with 6 minutes and 55 seconds left. They say that basketball is a game of runs, and Emerson needs a run. Clark currently in the bonus. 7 fouls for Emerson, so any foul will put Clark at the line. A tremendous disadvantage. And on the back of Bruce Santillius, Clark has gotten to a lead, and they've held it for the majority of this second half. Back out onto the court is Cassette Ruiz, Brenner staying out there, McNamara, Arrico, and Gardner. For Clark, it's Pridgeon, O'Brien, Taylor, Santillius, and Newman. Newman hitting that huge 3. Hit 55 of them, shooting 42% from 3 in the regular season. And he hit his first of the game on the last play. Cassette Ruiz gets it and hands it off to Arrico. Defended by Santillius. Arrico drives in against Santillius. No foul. Great rebound there by Gardner to keep possession. He's going to work and putting it up over Newman. He's too small for him. Asher Gardner working his elbows in, and the Kiwi knocks down 2. 6-point game. Taylor, bounce pass. O'Brien in the paint. Emerson fans wanting a walk. No travel call. Back to O'Brien. Open. Newman for 3. No, he misses this time. Santillius can't get the rebound, but the possession will stay with Clark as the ball bounces out of bounds. McCardle will come back in, the 6'8" center, replacing Reed Newman. They get the size matchup and they get it to him. McCardle. O'Brien, Taylor, driving on McNamara, who's played staunch defense all game. Inside, well defended, but a tough hit. 20, no, that's a point. Yeah, 20 points for Bruce Santillius. Cassette Ruiz, trailing by 8, 70-62 with 5 minutes and 45 seconds to play. Cassette Ruiz with the ball. Brenner coming off of a screen. The flare play doesn't work. They close it up. They get it into Gardner. Gardner waits for the motion. Cassette Ruiz cuts to the basket. Hand off to McNamara. Double teamed into Gardner. Going up. Blocked, but a shooting foul called. Asher Gardner a chance to knock down 2 free throws and bring Emerson back to within 6. That's the 5th personal foul for Clark. Sorry, the 5th team foul. The 2nd personal foul. Asher Gardner will shoot 2 free throws. Gardner, not a stranger to shooting free throws, but a 50% shooter exactly, hitting 37 of 74 in the regular season. For First shot by Gardner is too strong. Off the back of the rim. So he is 0 for 1 on free throws so far as the rest of the crew comes out to rebound. As it's a shooting foul. 2 players down there. Now the other 4. Gusset Ruiz the only rebounder. The second free throw goes. That 50% stands true. It's a 7-point game. Clark 70, Emerson 63. 5 minutes and 25 seconds to play. Mikey O'Brien passes it to Isaiah Taylor, who gets it over to Pridgeon. Taylor, O'Brien, left side of the court. Taylor gives it to Richard, still on that left side. Down low is McCardle. They've got it if they want it. He's guarded by the zone defense. They're playing that 1-3-1 that worked for them in the first half. Driving is Taylor, going inside against contact, gets blocked, puts up the hook shot. He rises up and puts it in. It's a 9-point game. Delivery for Isaiah Taylor, firing it across the court. Orico, Brenner, free. No, it rims out. Still a 9-point game, biggest lead of the game for Clark. Taylor working on McNamara, drives to his left, fades away at the baseline, misses off the corner. Gusset Ruiz in transition. Taylor is pressuring. They pass it off to McNamara, guarded by Richard. Mismatch size and speed-wise. McNamara poked away by Pridgeon, who's been a defensive stalwart. What do they call here? Is scrambling on the ground was Gusset Ruiz and Santillius. No, sorry, that's Isaiah Taylor. They call a jump ball, and the possession will stay with, or this possession will go over to Clark. They lead this game by 9. It's 72-63 with play. Bruce Santillius has been the story for Clark. He's scored 20 points, most of which have come in the second half. Mikey O'Brien, not keen on dribbling this right now. They play pass back and forth with Pridgeon. Back to O'Brien. They're trying to work that zone defense, rising up and missing the jump shot from inside the paint. 3 feet in front of the elbow was Santillius. They get their own rebound though. O'Brien just keen to take some time off the clock here. These 30-second shot clocks can start to kill Emerson. They've got to start pressuring. O'Brien into the corner. Richard gets inside, open. Misses a little too strong, but they get the rebound, and that is a killer for Emerson. They got to start playing more aggressive. They trail by 9 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. This is the 3rd shot of the possession that Clark is going to get. O'Brien out near the key, spins around inside the red paint, kicks it into the opposite side corner. Pridgeon gets it over, pass back, 3 passes in a row, and a brick 3. An entire minute off the clock. 9-point game. Emerson's got to strike fast. Armand in the corner. He's dropped in 4 threes and 15 points in this game. Does he have more in him? Guarded by McCardle and Richard. Gets it over to Orico. He'll take the big shot. Timeout. Foul called. It looks like they fouled McCardle, which is a smart play. He's a 47% free throw shooter, and that'll keep the clock from rolling. So if he misses 2 like he did the last time, Emerson could get the ball back if they rebound. Not to mention advantage if they don't trust McCardle shooting those free throws, because they're only in the single bonus. The double bonus is where instead of 1 free throw, they get to shoot 2 free throws no matter what. So right now, McCardle would just shoot 1 free throw. So if he misses that one and Emerson grabs the rebound, it's their shot. With that being said, there's 2 minutes and 49 seconds to play. Emerson trails by 9 down to the wire. And the winner, well, the winner will certainly deserve their berth in the NEWMAC championship. 2 minutes and 49 seconds to play. 72-63. Clark trying to hold on. Emerson trying to do this. 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Players coming out of timeouts, out as it once was. Back out onto the court with 2 minutes and 49 seconds to play. Up. Here is the first free throw from McCardle. If he misses this one, ready for it. First free throw doesn't go. Rebound by Arrico. Now they got to go fast. Arrico gets down the court to the right side, spins back, guarded by Taylor tightly. They get it over to McNamara. The defense has been stout for Clark in this game and in the second half particularly. Cassette Ruiz back to McNamara. They go with 14, into the corner to Armand. Jab step to the left, back to the right, off a screen, driving into the baseline, puts up the shot, and it does